a kid. We've known each other for a few years now.
Yes, sir.
And you know, you are a star of the sport. And you've won a lot of titles. You're one of our top lady shooters. And you are the current world record holder for ladies division.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that a little bit.
Well, it has been a goal of mine since about a year after I joined the sport and really started learning how to play the game. And speed wasn't really anything that we really talked about on the women's side of it. And I believe it was you that told the current one at the time, Stormy Weather,
Yeah.
that women can't shoot that fast.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I said,
I remember that. I was trying to. She was so close. She shot a 4.00 one day in practice, and she says, "Well, Uncle Cal, look at that." I said, "Don't you know girls can't shoot in the threes?" And I'll tell you what, within days, she was sitting there shooting nothing but threes.
yes, sir. And then shortly after that, Honey Badger out of Colorado, she took that record from her, and I said, "No, they can't do that. I'll be there." And so a few years after that, I let her have it for a few years, and then in Amarillo at the Nationals, I broke it with 323, the Western Territorials. A few years later, I broke it with a 318 that really didn't count because I backed it up with the 314, so that was the current record that we're holding now. So,
Right, yeah.
yeah, it's women can shoot as fast as the men, and maybe one day even faster.
You think so?
Oh, heck yeah.
It could happen, you know. So
It will happen. It's not a could, it will.
you've won titles, you've
Yes,
won
sir.
major championships. What's
sir.
your favorite one?
My favorite one currently is in 2019 I won the national championship.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why that's my favorite is because I had my very best friend, Lefty Lipskin, shooting next to me, and also my daughter, Shell Shock, which is at the time, well, right now she's 14. She's actually back behind us shooting off for 17th through 12th place.
Okay.
So she beat me in this. I ended up 13th in this competition. I mean, not 13th, excuse me, 30th in this competition. So she definitely outshot me this competition. So she's up there with the big dogs shooting. And
Well, hey, and let's talk about that. Our
Yes, sir.
youth shooters, because you're a mom who's raised a child doing this. And you know, when I first met Shell Shock, she was 8 years old.
Yes, sir.
And you know, it took years before she would even speak to me. She was so shy and everything. She's not shy anymore. She's kind of getting like you, isn't she?
Yeah. She is very outspoken and speaks her mind, and sometimes I have to say, whoa, whoa.
Well, what do you think that being, you know, a kid growing up in this sport, and we've got a number, and we're really proud of them because they seem to turn out with they really learn good things about life here, don't they?
They do. First thing is how important the Second Amendment is, and the gun safety, because that's where it starts, not only in the sport, but in the world.
Right.
And it's not about the gun itself, but about the safety of handling the gun.
Right.
And that's where the misinterpretation is on the firearm itself, is the safety of it. How to handle it, how to break it down, whether it's a semi-automatic, a single action like we're doing here, a rifle, pistol, the whole genre. That's the starting point, is teaching your youth the different mechanisms of the firearms.
Exactly. One thing I'm most proud of, and I've been interviewed by the media a lot, and I've had them come up to me, because we start our kids at 8,
Yes, sir.
and I've had them come up to me and say, "Well, what do you think? You know, you got little children here, Sean." I said, "By the time those kids are 9, they know more about gun safety than 98% of the gun owners in this country."
Yeah.
And that applies to any gun they will ever handle in their life.
Yes, sir. And she actually started handling the gun and doing all that by the time she was 4, because I wanted her to be ready and more advanced when she started the sport at 8. And you know, of course, I was always there right behind her to take over and you know, be that helping hand at the age of 4, because I wanted her to be that role model for those ones that were coming up that were just starting at 8, first learning. And because any advancement that we can show these kids and have them, even though that they're the same age, they can always be that role model and step in at that same age.
Excellent. Now, what is your goal? What's left for you to accomplish yet?
Well, I still want that world record, or excuse me, the world championship title.
The black badge.
The black badge, yes, sir. And I've currently kind of switched up my goals for this year. I've put up my short gun for a little bit. I've put on the long gun, 7.5 inch. Decided to put some new challenges on that and see how fast a female shooter could actually go with the long gun. Currently hanging out in the mid-force right there with that, so just under half a second. Kind of dipping down into the threes with it, high threes. Really not pushing myself too much until I have to. We still got some fast shooters that are, of course, shooting the short gun. That, you know, that's whenever I really have to pull down my times, but you got to hit it to win it. And so accuracy is key in this game. And
so that's another accomplishment. You become the first woman to win a CFDA overall title with a long gun, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I was hoping to be the first one to win a world championship with it too, but that looks like it may be going to Lady Hawk, because I hear that she's made it to the Magnificent Seven. Yes,
Excellent.
sir. Yeah.
Wow.
Looks like she may be seated 3rd or 4th in this competition this weekend.
That's amazing.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so wonderful talking to you here
Yes,
today.
sir. It was good to be here.